In this video, we discuss about printf function. Printf function is used to display information on the output screen. In order to use printf function, we must include stdio header file, standard input output header file. Syntax of printf function. There are two parts in printf function. First one is format specifiers part, then followed by arguments part. So format specifiers section followed by arguments section. In argument section, we give different types of arguments like argument 1, argument 2 and so on, argument n. Each and every argument must be separated with a comma. So in this fashion, we write printf function. Then what are the format specifiers? So format specifiers are used to print a particular data type value. So in order to print a particular data type value, we need to use their corresponding format specifier. So if you want more details about format specifiers, you can see the video about data types part 1 video. So in this example we see, let us say %c format specifier is used for printing character value, %d for printing integer value, %f for printing floating point value, and %s for printing string value. So this is the syntax of printf function. Now coming to example, then one question arises: what is the use of format specifier? Why do we need to use format specifier? So without format specifier, can't we print the values? So we see an example. So let us clarify that particular issue. Let us say I want to print value 10. So I am writing it here. So I am directly writing it in format specifiers part without using arguments section. Now observe here, format specifier section is present in double quotes. Argument section is not present in double quotes. Okay, now I want to print value 10. I am running this program. Okay, now I got value 10. But we try to modify this example. Now I want to print this particular value 10 into 2. I want to print value 20. Again I am running the program. What we got here, instead of getting 20, we got the same value 10 into 2. Why? Because we have written this particular value in format specifiers part within double quotes. So whatever we have written in double quotes, that will become a string value, that is as it is printed. But we don't want 10 into 2. We want its resultant value 20. So then in that particular case, we need to write it in arguments section 10 into 2. Again let us run this program. But here we didn't get any output. Why? Because even though we have written it in arguments section, we didn't get output. Why? Because here comes the usage of format specifier. Here we need to specify the resultant values format specifier. What is the resultant value here? 10 into 2, 20. We get 20. So 20 becomes an integer value. Then in order to print integer value, we need to use its format specifier %d. So after running this program, we got the output 20. So this is the purpose of using format specifier. So in order to print a particular value, then we must use its corresponding format specifier. So I hope you understood this particular concept. Okay, now we see some other examples. Okay, let us say I want to print value 10. So as 10 is integer, then I am using format specifier %d. Again, let us say I want to print a floating point value. Okay, let us say 8.9. So in order to print 8.9, then which format specifier we need to use? Since it is a floating point value, then we need to use %f. Now let us say I want to print a character value. Okay, let us say I want to print a capital A. So then we want to print character value, then which format specifier we need to use? We need to specify %C. And last one, okay, let us say I want to print a string value. Let us say I want to print one message. So I want to print a message like hello. Then which format specifier we have to use? So to print a string value, we need to use %S format specifier. So we run this program. So we got output 10 8.9 A hello. So in this fashion, we need to use format specifier. And remember one point, the number of format specifiers must be is equal to number of arguments in the argument section. Otherwise, we get errors, or otherwise we get incorrect values. So the number of arguments must be is equal to number of format specifiers. So in the first example, there is only one argument to 10. So that's why I have used only one format specifier. Same is the case for remaining printf functions. So this is the simple output. Now we run this same program by using in another version. Instead of writing 4 different printf functions, I print all these values using only single printf function. Let us demonstrate this particular example in a different way. Okay, so this is the format specifier section. Okay, now I want to print 10 8.9 in single quotes capital A and a string value hello. So I want to print these values in a single printf function. Yes, this is possible. So first of all, then we need to specify format specifiers. Then how many format specifiers we need to specify here? As there are 4 arguments in the argument section, we need to specify 4 format specifiers. Then their types also should match. So first one is the 10 value. So 10 is integer. Then we need to specify format specifier %D. Then I am using new line character so that values are printed line by line. Then next format specifier to be used here is %F. Why? Because the second argument is 8.9, again \n, and third format specifier used here is %C. Why? Because there is a character A and then \n, and the last format specifier used here is %S. Why? Because fourth one is the string value. So %D is meant for 10, %F is meant for 8.9, %C is meant for A, %S is meant for hello. So in this fashion, we can use or we can combine different format specifiers in a single printf function. So we get the same output as we got in the previous case. So this is the simple example of usage of printf function. So printf function is simply used to display information on the output screen. It contains 2 major parts: format specifier section, argument section, and the number of format specifiers must match with the number of arguments in the arguments section.